Hey, remember back in January when I said something about doing free month in November in that update video? So what does it mean for free month? Well, I'm gonna move it to November starting this year. Yeah, awkward. Hello, this is my update video for December. I rarely do these kinds of videos, only when it's important stuff, and this is one of them. There's nothing seriously wrong with me, nor the channel. Sure, I had COVID back in, I think January, February, I can't remember. But I still trekked on thanks to the vaccine shots. But anyways, the topics of the video. So, back in my January update video, I said that I decided to make one major review a month this year and beyond. Yeah, it didn't go as planned early in the year. Like I said earlier, I contracted COVID along with my relatives. Not very serious because of you know what, but it's still frightening. Wear your masks to get your shots, people. Not only that, but I had a hardware scare where my main hard drive was acting up. It started turning off and on in short periods of time. At first, I had to force a blue screen to make it work properly for many hours, until I found a solution that I just had to switch cables, power and SATA cables to be more safe, and it works fine, no problems. And finally, I actually had a summer job working in an airport. Nothing too fancy, I had to do a bit more than greeting people, but hey, I still earned money. Which is why I managed to get an Xbox X and a snowball during that time. I could have just saved up some to upgrade my PC, but my spending habits fucked that up, so now I'm back to square one. At least I bought a fancy gaming keyboard, I really miss having tall keys. But eventually, I managed to get a stable schedule up until November, which brings me to the next part. In that same January video, I said that I pushed 3 months back to November instead of August, and as you might have guessed it's about me reviewing James Bond games with no Activision in sight. Fuck them. At first, I was planning to make it into a 3-part special, but my silly brain thought it was a good idea to make it into one big 2-hour video, around that time frame. It was going so well, and I thought that I might make it to November 30th, and my procrastination hit me like a truck. Oh fuck, I'm in hell. Yeah, things slowed down due to me not being in the mood at the time. I tend to do short work from 11 PM to 2 AM on average these days, which is why I'm now way behind schedule. But I promise you, I'll get that video finished by mid-December, or late December as a little Christmas special if you will. Then again, I'm shit at promises. I promised I'd make a GT4 video for late 2021, didn't work out. I promised I was gonna review WRC for the PSP alongside Rally Evolved, didn't work out. I promised to review Sonic Adventure 2019, you get the idea. So take that promise with a grain of salt, I'm terrible. And as for my Burnout Paradise reveal, well, currently I don't own the Remastered version and I don't have Game Pass anymore, so it's still a matter of more delays. I do have footage of the remaster, but I don't think it's enough. I do own the original PC version on Steam, so I might as well try running based on that while using footage of the remaster, but regardless, I have to delay that to January next year. I must finish what I started. And finally, plans for next year, if my brain doesn't decide to change all of it. When I'm done doing that James Bond special, I'm never gonna do that shit again. Instead, it's back to 3 videos in November, as I said in that update video. And what games will I be reviewing? Well, I'm still thinking about it. I thought about dedicating it to New Blood games, but I doubt one of the games will be completed by the time we reach November. Speaking of Ultra Kill, and I doubt a Medieval will run smooth on my PC, so it's still TBD on the cards. But what about the rest? Well, it's a little unusual. Unless you've actually watched my videos, you might be surprised to hear that, despite the sort of American accent, I'm actually a European person. Specifically, I'm a Portuguese trans woman who is actually living in Catalonia, Spain. California, but a lot less shit. So to celebrate my heritage or whatever, 2023 is gonna be a year where I'll be reviewing almost everything European, and that includes British made ones. I don't care you left the Union, you're still as European as Switzerland. Yup, with the exception of the month before December, I'll be covering nothing but European titles. Sometimes Eurojank, sometimes mediocre stuff, sometimes famous ones. But just because they're really famous doesn't mean they're good. I'm sorry in advance. Quick reviews also have to be about European or British made games too, other than November, unless it's gonna end up being entire year centric as well. Got it? Good. So with all of that out of the way, I hope you have a jolly December during these trying times. Happy holidays to all of you, see you later.